Today I've got this Zotac GTX 1080 that I picked up for just 20 euros. And honestly, visually, it looks almost perfect. No scratches, no obvious damage, nothing. The seller said the PC gives an image, but it can't get past the BIOS. That could mean a few different things. Best case, it's something minor. Worst case, it could be memory related or some other hardware fault. But the fact that it shows an image at all is already a very good sign, because at least the card is not completely dead. Before testing anything, I want to open it up, clean it, and check the board properly. If there's a blown component, corrosion, or any obvious physical damage, this is where I should find it. Alright, the cooler is off, and so far everything actually looks really clean. I'm not seeing any missing parts or visible damage, so I'll replace the thermal paste, put it back together, and then we'll see how it behaves in the PC. Okay, the card is installed and it actually matches the seller's description pretty well. I'm getting an image, but after a short time, the fan stops spinning while the LED stays on. At first, that looks suspicious, but on some GPUs, that can also just be normal fan stop behavior at low temperature. So before assuming there's a hardware fault, I want to test it step by step. First, I tried it on my Ubuntu system using only the basic display driver, just to see if the card is detected and whether the system can boot normally. And surprisingly, it does. The PC boots fine and the card is detected properly. That is a really good sign, because if the GPU had a major core failure, I'd expect much worse behavior already. At this point, the fan behavior still looks a bit strange, but nothing else is pointing to a serious hardware issue yet. So next, I switched over to Windows to install the proper NVIDIA drivers and do some real testing. Once the drivers were installed, I started stress testing the card, because if there's a serious fault, this is usually where it starts to show up. So far, everything is looking good. Temperatures are fine, performance is normal, and the system stays stable. Still, I don't fully trust it yet, because some problems, especially memory-related ones, only show up in more specific tests. So the final check was a dedicated VRAM test. And somehow, this card passed that too without any errors, which honestly is kind of crazy for a 20 euro GTX 1080. After all the testing, it looks like there was no major hardware problem at all. Most likely, the original issue was software or driver related. So in the end, I bought this card for 20 euros, tested it, cleaned it up, and sold it for 90 euros on eBay.